Welcome to the last game of day 2. Utter chaos here at the Hartmeyer Ice Arena. I am Alligator.
And I am Seasons Beatings.
And we are here to watch the Ann Arbor Derby Dimes versus Team United Roller Derby. We're going to run down some rosters wearing the black with kind of white-gray accents. We have the Ann Arbor Derby Dimes Brawl Stars. Number 02, Fatouche Bag. Number 1111, Leslie Arnez. Number 14, Sonnet Boom. Number 15, Cora Slane. 187, Slamlet. 1870, Betty Lockdown. Number 24, Jeddy's Smacks. Number 31, The Hammer. Number 44, Helen Killer. 62 is Fracture Mechanics. Number 63, Jackie O'Bashes. Number 7, Mel Havelka. Number 811, Terror Misu. Number 84, Dr. Maims You. Number 886 is Scream. And number 99 is Inzy Mood.
That's right. And just a quick rundown of your Team White United or Team United Roller Derby. Those ladies came here from Des Moines. Number 10 is Enigma. 1111 Tally Marks. 138 Darth Baber. 18 is Kill Billy. 19 Animal. 21 is Stan. 22 Lolo Guns. 242 Luna Chick Cringe. Number 27 Karma Lectrack. 32 is Splash. 651 is Hanny Oakley, 86 is Nicole Sonnenstahl, and 9 is Carried Away. Speaking of being carried away, number 9 is lined up at the track at the jam line, ready to start the bout.
And line it up against it is me, 1111. That is Leslie Arnez for Ann Arbor, and the first jam is on. Leslie and
all right, Allie, I was just about to say both teams jockeying to get that lead jammer position in our first jam.
Leslie Arnez deposited to the infield by number 19. That is Animal.
Both ladies rounding turn number 2 here on the track. Still no lead jammer to speak of.
And a cut track penalty being called on Leslie Arnez, sending them to the penalty box, making this a power jam for Team United. Carried Away still working on their initial pass.
That's right, Carried Away getting caught up by some of those great defenders out there. We see number 7, Mel Havelka, along with Fracture Mechanics, and last but not least, Dr. Maims You. And looks like Carried Away finally able to get through, lead jammer.
Great defense on the side of Ann Arbor on that, bridging out all the way to the end of that 20 feet.
Making her way back around again, trying not to get caught up by those Ann Arbor defenders, but they've been proven to be pretty tight defense already.
It's always interesting to see as the weekend goes on, as teams are playing multiple bouts, how they progress against each other, what they've seen, and also just how the wear and tear of the weekend progresses on the face of the teams.
Absolutely. I'm exhausted just watching them.
Agree. The great driving out in defense by TURD. Back on the track, we have Helen Killer jamming for Ann Arbor and Lolo Guns for Team United. Lead jammer is assessed. That is given to Jammer in white for Team United, but gets sucked back into the pack. Is forced to call it.
All right, jam number 3 started. We've got Fatouche Bake for Ann Arbor up there, along with Carmelec Track. Fatouche is going to be your lead jammer for this jam. Let's see if she's able to put some points up there for the black team, Ann Arbor.
And Mel Havelka sent to the penalty box, the bear and bottle penalty box. But Fatouche Bag through, picking up 5 points for Ann Arbor. Multiplayer block called at the end. Team United player number 19 sending Animal to the penalty box. Going to start down. Both packs are going to start down 1 blocker. Terror Mesu taking the line for Ann Arbor in the black and picking up lead jammer quickly.
And she's out there against Flash for Team United. Flash, honestly, I watched Flash yesterday, and if you blink, she's gone in a flash. She's pretty fast.
I want to say Flash played in the game earlier today on their B team as well, so brava, long day. Lead jammer goes to Leslie Arnez of Ann Arbor. And I was mistaken. The Flash I was talking about was a different Flash. That was Arch Rivals Flash.
No worries. Carried Away still out there trying to break through the defenders of our Ann Arbor Brawl Stars. Looks like she's running into a little bit of difficulty. Likewise, over on the Team United front, their blockers able to take Leslie Arnez, preventing her from making her second pass.
Carried Away still working against just a couple of skaters up front, but making her life hard. That is Havelka and someone else, but she does slip through.
All right, they're out there jamming right now for Ann Arbor. Helen Killer, lead jammer. She went up against Little Guns. Both jammers making their way through the pack to get their initial pass.
And lead jammer onto the track is Fatouche Bag for Ann Arbor. Jammer for Team United, Carmen Letrac.
That's right. Latouche Bag trying to make her pass, trying to get a couple points for her team before calling off that jam. Looks like she did just that. She picked up 3.
Number 32 in the white is Flash going up against Tiramisu, who is your lead jammer for this jam.
Flash just splashing her way through the pack, trying to catch up to Tiramisu.
A sneak around that outside, 2 points picked up by Ann Arbor. On the track, whistles are being blown. Leslie Arnaz is jammer for Ann Arbor, carried away for Team United, and carried away is your lead jammer, ending a 6-jam streak for lead jammers that Ann Arbor had going, but no longer.
Look at that.
Number 22, jammer Lolo Guns for Team United, battling in the back, but lead jammer for Ann Arbor is Helen Killer.
I was curious to see if Team United was going to get carried away and start taking away the lead jammer status.
They tried. They tried for a bit.
Lolo Guns gunning her way around the track, and it looks like it picked up a little bit. That pace was a little bit fast.
Is there a Bertrand Cornelius Hertzfield in the building? Bertrand Hertzfield, Cornelius Hertzfield, we have your phone. Or we have a phone that we found. It belongs to someone. We'll leave it over at the merch booth for you.
All right, back to the action out here. We have Karma Lectrack out there and Fatouche Beg. Still haven't determined who our lead jammer is. And I spoke too soon. It is going to be Karma Lectrack. So let's see if she can bring good karma to Team United, pick up some points on this jam, get some points up there on the scoreboard.
And that jam called off the first 3 points Team United has put on the board since the very first jam. Back on the track, Tiramisu, jammer for Ann Arbor, going up against Flash. And it is Flash picking up lead jammer status for Team United Roller Derby.
That's right, Flash living up to her name, skating out there like a flash. Terror hot on her wheels.
Flash getting through, picking up 4 points and calling it. Number 9 carried away for Team United, wearing the Jammer Star, and the Hammer for Ann Arbor. First time jamming today.
And we will see if the Hammer brings the hammer to Team United. So far out there, she's struggling to get through their defenders. Looks like she is getting caught up by Stan and Tally Marks, but she's able to make her way through and take lead jammer. She's going to throw down the hammer as the jammer.
Ching. If there was such a thing as a derby drinking game, I think having a palindrome score as such as this would be worth doing an action of some sort.
All right, back out to the action. Helen Killer is your lead jammer for Ann Arbor. She's facing Lolo Guns out there. Helen calling out that jam.
Fatouche bag jammer for Ann Arbor, wearing the star in the black, and that is Karma Latrac for Team United. It looks like Fatouche bag out first, but not picking up lead jams, so Team United able to call it.
All right, folks. Moreau Regime Cosmetics, the new athletic cosmetic brand. Check out their durable liquid to matte lipsticks in highly pigmented colors. Won't dry your lips out on or off the track. Formulated for roller derby, fit for all.
On the track, Tiramisu and the Flash both working in their way through. One to beat up front, number 21. And Arbor's Tiramisu will be your lead jammer for Jam 16.
And you know, Allie, just seeing Misu kind of makes me a little bit hungry, but she scares me so much.
I agree with that emotional reaction to her. I think it's worth it. I'd be scared too. We did have a star pass on the side of Team United to their pivot. Now jammer. Now not anymore. But Tally Marks took it. Number 31, the Hammer, back to the line, picking up lead jammer for Ann Arbor. Carried away jammer for Team United, working on their initials, getting stymied in the back by number 7. That is Mel Havelka.
All right, and the Hammer was making her way around the turn. Looked like she was going to pick up some quick points, but she got held back, went back, did it again. She just made her second pass.
Beautiful juking work, pulling the pack off of that line and taking advantage of the inside. See if the Hammer can do it again.
Team United had a star pass again. Darth Baber took over that star. All right, Allie, back out on the line. We have Helen Keller for Team Black. She is going up against Lolo Guns. We'll see who proves to be the most dangerous as a jammer.
Lolo Guns working way up front, even picking up a forearm for the opposing blocker as she works through. So less work on that second pass. And less work it was, right through on that outside, but taking a spill on the out. Back on the track, Fatouche bag for Ann Arbor, quickly picking up lead jammer, Carmela Track. Jammer for Team United, working. Still working.
And Allie, you know, it's almost as if Ann Arbor doesn't really like it when Team United gets a lead jammer status. They're immediately quick to take it back. They don't want to let them, get too comfortable with the lead jammer.
Yeah. I mean, ooh, interesting. That would be a high block, sending the pivot to the penalty box. That is fracture for Ann Arbor. And we have a stash, but still through number 27.
All right, and Fatouche getting caught up there by our Team United blockers, doing a great job before calling it off. All right, back to the action. Looks like Flash for Team United picked up your lead jammer. Tiramisu still out there kind of trying to battle through the blockers. Flash making her second pass.
I hear a bunch of O's. I see a forearm being called. A pivot going to the box for Team United.
Flash picked up 9.
Back on the track, we have number 31, the Hammer, back on the line. Team United carried away a low-scoring, heavy on the defense game so far. We've only had 3 jams in this whole half that have had multiple passes on them. An interesting statistic.
All right, and carried away was allowing herself to get carried away right there. She picked up lead jammer. In the meantime, we are seeing the Hammer getting hammered out there by Team United, especially Stan, continuing to run into problems facing those blockers. They've been playing great defense. Carried away in the meantime, unfortunately got sent to the Bear and Bottle penalty box. Folks, Bear and Bottle is just down the street. We don't recommend getting a penalty to go to the box. You can just go to the restaurant after the bout.
True, true. But the first jammer penalty for Team United in the whole game so far.
That's an impressive stat. We're
True.
just under 10 minutes, almost slightly to the 6-minute mark here in period 1 of the spout. Carried away using some fancy footwork, trying to carry herself through the blockers from Ann Arbor.
And through for all 5 points.
All right, carried away, coming up to the line, seeing if she can get through these blockers by Ann Arbor. Meanwhile, the hammer doing the same. Both skaters running into difficulty, like Allie said, highly defensive game.
Duck around the outside. The hammer able to pick up 4 more points. Like just as we made a big deal about not having a lot of jams without multiple passes, the announcer curse, you're welcome.
Back out on the line, we see Helen Killer out there for Ann Arbor. Lolo Guns for Team United. Lead jammer is Lolo Guns. She gunned her way through.
And we have a track cut being called on Helen Killer, sending her to the penalty box, and a second penalty, an insubordination for failure to leave the track. So a full 1 minute assessed to the Team United the Ann Arbor jammer, as Team United has a power jam.
I like power jams, Allie. Let's see if Lolo can take this advantage, use it fully, pick up extra points on the scoreboard for Team United. All right, Lolo Guns skating out there all by her lonesome, hoping to get through the pack, pick up an additional 5 points, power play.
Ann Arbor calling an official review. As we are approaching the end of this first half, we have 4 minutes left. Last call for alcohol is at halftime, so if you want to get a jump on that, you may want to start making your way, moseying your way over there. Last call for alcohol will happen at this halftime. And get yourself a koozie while you're at the table.
All right, folks, as we're getting ready to go back to the action, the officials consulted. There was a question by Ann Arbor if there should have been a cut call on the white jammer, but the rule stands. Out there, we have Carmel Electrac for Team United, Helen Killer for Ann Arbor. Helen Killer was sitting in the penalty box. So we're still waiting to see who our lead jammer will be for this jam. Karma Electric running into some difficulty, finally breaking her way through. She's the lead jammer.
Forearm being assessed to a blocker from Ann Arbor. Jump over the apex. Looks like we're just going to wait and see on that one. Fatouche jamming for Ann Arbor. Flash for Team United. Almost neck and neck, but the Flash emerges first as lead jammer. Ooh, and a beautiful apex jump courtesy of the Udder Chaos Apex Jump crew. Carried away back on the line for Team United. Tiramisu for Ann Arbor. And Tiramisu ending a lead jam streak that Team United had been on, but no more.
That's right. Team United rallied to come within 4 of Ann Arbor. Team United, who were not familiar with being lead jammer, went on a 5-run streak where they obtained lead jammer status. Tiramisu, on the other hand, had other thoughts and decided to go out there and inflict some terror on them, ending their run.
Direction of gameplay being called on Enigma for Team United, sending them to the penalty box. And a sassy little call off by Tiramisu. Leslie Arnez on the line for Ann Arbor. Karma Electric for Team United. Karma driven to the in by number 63. That is Jackie O'Bashes.
This could potentially be the last jam. Time has ended. The jam is continuing. We have Karma Electric out there for Team United as the lead jammer.
And we have a star pass on the side of Ann Arbor. The pivot once is now the jammer, Dr. Mamesu. And that brings us to intermission. Go grab yourself a drink. Last call for alcohol is in this halftime. Grab something to drink, grab something to eat, and get back here. we would be remiss not to acknowledge our amazing group of officials for this bout. We have Apron, Pat Sweeney, Haley Hydra, Manasaur, Towanda, Galvatron, Morticia, Rob Anybody, Bibbity Bobbity Boom, Jezebel O'Kitty, Hellcaster.
Colin M. Fairley, Chunk Rock Girl, Johnny Zebra, RDFM, Maria Von Slap, Jane Goodcall, DOC, and Technical Difficulty.
Thank you again to all of the officials on and off skates here and all the other volunteers watching our backs, keeping us safe, keeping us fed and watered. It's been a great tournament so far. We got 1 day left. We got one half of this game left before the second day of Utter Chaos wraps up.
So, as it stands, Ann Arbor in the lead with 75, Team United 61. Team United rallying at the end of period 1 to gain some ground and give Ann Arbor a little bit of a, hey, we're still here, watch out.
Yeah, Ann Arbor going on quite the scoring spree to start off that jam. But yeah, Team United really bringing it in, getting some of those penalties under control and starting to get those multi-pass jams in. We'll see how this second half treats us. On the line, Leslie Arnaz for Ann Arbor and Flash for Team United. And Flash is your lead jammer.
All right, Flash making it through the pack in her initial her initial lap. Leslie Arnaz still caught up a little bit.
And we have a star pass on the side of Ann Arbor to their pivot, Fracture Mechanics. Helen Killer on the line, number 44 in the black for Ann Arbor. Picking up a forearm penalty. So this is going to be a power jam in favor of Team United. And their jammer
is Nicole Sowenstall. First time we've seen her out on the jam line in this bout. I'm sure Nicole's going to take full advantage of this power play. Calling off the jam, picking up, what'd they pick up? 5, 10?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We'll see how much they picked up. It's like all 5.
requested an overturn of the back block call on 1-0. It was not overturned.
So back on the track, that official review was called by Team United. They were asking for the back block call on number 1-0 Enigma to be removed. The refs declined to do that upon review, so they do lose their official review for the second half.
All right, out there on the track, you are looking at Helen Killer for Ann Arbor, Karma Lectrack for Team United, and it looks like our lead jammer, hot out of the beer and bottle penalty box, is Helen Killer, killing it out there right now. Oh man, just on her tiptoes, skating through that pack.
Beautiful, beautiful work by Helen Killer. And now this game, the point spread has closed right up. Ann Arbor, though, doing their best to put a little more space in between those numbers.
That's right. Hanny Oakley out there trying to do her best to get through those blockers. They are really pushing back on her, though. Not really giving her a chance. She's getting a little bit of help from Enigma. In the meantime, Helen Killer killing it. We'll see if Helen Killer goes through the pack. Again, no penalty, no pass. Anyways, so Helen Killer goes through. She's picking up 20 points. They're jumping out to a 20-point lead. We'll wait and see if Helen wants to keep killing it out there on the track before she ever calls it. In the meantime, we still see those blockers for Ann Arbor continuing to prevent our Team United jammer from getting through.
Great offensive work by number 24 in black. That is Jadiza Smacks for their jammer on that last pass. Huge jam for Ann Arbor. Back on the track, number 23, we have Lola Guns for Team United, picking up lead jam status for previously said Team United.
All right, Lolo Guns, Team United, lead jammer. Folks, we just saw a 25-point jam. And unfortunately, or fortunately for Lola Guns and Team United, Fatouche Bay going to the penalty box.
And unfortunately, didn't seem like they saw their bench. Didn't know they had a power jam, so called it off after only 5 points. And another lead jam picked up from Flash for Team United, starting out this unopposed power jam.
That's right, power jam. We'll see if Flash puts it to the power and picks up extra points for Team United rallying.
Looks like we got a forearm picked up by someone going to the penalty box. Finally reporting that's going to be the pivot for Team United. Carried away. Also, sometimes the jammer.
Right. Fatouche Pay came out of the beer and bottle penalty box and started to move really fast. But Team United called it.
Back on the line, that is Nicole Sonnenstall for Team United, going up against Tiramisu for Ann Arbor. This game in the last few jams has just opened up into a different beast. Totally tied. And then Ann Arbor putting up a 20-point jam. And then Team United answering and coming back with an 11 points. Nicole looking there, picking up a couple points.
All right, back to the action. Out there, Lolo Guns, Leslie Arnaz, fighting for lead jammer status. Go ahead, Allie.
Leslie with one to beat, up there picking up a lead jammer for Ann Arbor.
Oh, we just saw a nice jump out there by Lolo. And it looks like Team United in the throes of another power play, Allie.
Yeah, we have a power jam on the side. A high buck picked up by Leslie Arnaz going in, trying to make contact, unfortunately leading and making contact with the head. That's a no-no. So we got 30 seconds where Team United is going to try to get some work done.
That's right. Lolo Guns out there using her guns to the best of her ability. Getting run back out there by those defenders. Looks like she's running into Betty lockdown.
And the defense is just locked down from Ann Arbor. Leslie Arnaz out of the penalty box and now through for a 4-point scoring pants. And we have the courtesy of a 2-minute jam.
All right, anything can happen in 2 minutes, folks. We got Lolo out there. She's still struggling with those Ann Arbor defenders. In the meantime, trying to get an assist. Her team also trying to stop Leslie Arnaz. Leslie Arnaz getting bumped out by Animal. Animal joined by Stan.
And now we have a star pass to the pivot in white. That is Kill Billy. Just enough time to grab that pass and run. On the track, we have Flash up against Helen Killer. Whistles blown, Flash emerges first as lead jammer.
All right, Flash trying to flash away through, get through that pack of Ann Arbor defenders. Looks like she did and called it.
Back to the track, number 27 in white, Carmela Track going up against Fatouchbag Jammer for Ann Arbor. Fatouchbag up around the outside, avoiding that wall of Team United, but up front, that is Fatouchbag as your lead jammer for Ann Arbor.
That's right, Stan out there, number 21 for Team United, the last lone person to try and stop Fatouchbag. Batushbek just, I guess, begging her way through.
Tiramisu on the line for Ann Arbor. Nicole Sonnenstall for White, and it is Nicole Sonnenstall who emerges victorious as lead jammer for Team United.
That's right, Allie. I had the opportunity to watch Nicole yesterday as a jammer. She's pretty impressive out there. Knows what she's doing, definitely rallies for her team. Just like that, making her way through the pack before calling it off.
Back on the track, the hammer jammer for Ann Arbor. Going up against the Flash, or just Flash, is your lead jammer for Team United.
That's right, Flash coming up to the pack very fast, very much of a flash, trying to break through those defenders, finally calling it.
And there was a star pass to the pivot number 62 for Action Mechanics. Terciops Truncatus Studios, a Madison-based independent game studio, offers fun games and great gifts for the gamers in your life. And we're even setting out to make cross-training your new favorite mobile game. Come check us out and other games at the vendor booth here at Terciops Truncatus Studios.
And folks, too, just to bring your attention to another one of our sponsors, WORT Wart. They're found at 89.9 FM Community Radio. They are hosting their 21st annual block party tomorrow at 11 to 7 in the 200 block of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, just off the Capitol Square. The event is free, including live music, food, and craft vendors. No crap on tap beer. A prize raffle in Kids Craft area. Information can be found at their website, wortfm.org, or by calling 256-2001.
On the track, we have Leslie Arnaz going up against Lolo Guns. If you add their numbers together, they come up as 4, but they're not the same. I don't know why that was a statistic in my brain for some reason. But Lolo Guns is the jammer for Team United and lead jammer.
And ironically, if it would have added up to 5, that's our point spread right now in this bout.
Big spill on the apex and a call off from the ground.
All right, the action is starting again. Folks, we have a 2-point game. we had a 2-point game. Helen Killer in the lead jammer for Ann Arbor.
And a hop, skip, and jump. Oh, the NZ line. Helen Killer picks up 4 points. Nope, that's going to be 5.
All right, out there we have Helen Killer making her way through the track. Looks like Karma not finding a lot of karma out there. Just did, though, able to break through. Helen Killer trying to tell her teammates what she would like for them to do to help her out a little bit. Running into some opposition. Team United calling it off.
Fatouche bag jammer for Ann Arbor going up against Team United. Nicole Sonnenstall, who is your lead jammer.
All right, Nicole looking to her bunch, deciding to call it off. All right, back to the action. We got Flash out there. Team United up against Tiramisu. Still trying to determine who's going to be our lead jammer. Tiramisu trying to get through the last of the Team United, breaking her way through lead jammer. All right, out on the track, Tiramisu making her way around, hitting a little bit of opposition, trying to get past number 9, carried away, Stan, and I believe Animal.
And able to pick up that forearm on Tiramisu, so sending her to the penalty box. That will release their jammer. Flash back onto the track as a twist of fate and a 2-minute jam.
All right, Flash running into some of those tough Ann Arbor defenders out there. Looks like nice little push right there by Betty Lockdown.
And action happening over on turn 2. Pass has occurred to the pivot. Now carried away is your jammer for Team United. Tiramisu out of the penalty box and back on the track, scoring those points. Those sweet, sweet points. And Tiramisu's back in the box. This would be a timeout courtesy of Team United. And Lolo Guns taking the star to start this jam unopposed for Team United. Tiramisu picking up a penalty at the very end of that last jam.
That's right.
And Lolo having to contend with that tough defense for Ann Arbor.
That tough D from Ann Arbor. It's almost as if they're saying, your guns are no good here. All right, we're looking at Lolo still trying to get right through this tough Ann Arbor defense. She is joined out on the track now by Tiramisu, and we still don't have a lead jammer.
Correct you are. We are almost 1 minute in. No lead jammer. There's a helmet cover of some sort on the ground. It's a pivot cover. Surprise. Ooh, and a high block called on Tiramisu. So the third penalty in about as many jams. What a pile up here. And a back block now being assessed to number 9. That is going to go to carried away jammer, or excuse me, the pivot for Team United.
That's right. Looking out there, we're watching Lolo. Lolo is struggling with this Ann Arbor defense, looking to her teammates for help. Looks like we see Stan out there, Annamel out there in the mix.
Yeah. And a back block picked up by Lolo Guns. So no lead jammer eligible for this jam. Tiramisu back on the track and through on their initial pass. This jam has come to its 2-minute conclusion with no points scored and no lead jammer.
All right, back to the track. Out there, Fatouche Beg skating unopposed. Now is the lead jammer as Lolo Guns is sitting in the beer and bottle penalty box to start this jam.
Lolo back onto the track. Fatouche Beg making her way around for the 5-point pass. Pass on the side of Team United to their pivot. Now Flash is their jammer. Big hit and takedown on turn 1. Crowd reacts. I didn't really see it all, I'll be honest. Nothing looks like it was called. But 3 more points put up on that pass by Ann Arbor. So total 145 Ann Arbor to Team United's 117. Leslie Arnez, jammer for Ann Arbor, but your lead jammer is Karma Letrak for Team United. And this is what they need. They need some lead gen. They need some points if they're going to try to make a comeback.
And it looks like there was a star pass. Fracture Mechanics, the jammer. That jam got called off. All right, back on the track for Team United, Nicole Solenstall, but Helen Killer is the lead jammer. That breaks Nicole's run of being lead jammer, what, five times?
5 times in the second half, 100% until this one. Ugh. Helen Killer already through on the initial.
That's right, over there, Nicole Solenstall still struggling with that pretty deep Ann Arbor defense, those blockers. Looks like she picked up a penalty heading down to the beer and bottle penalty box.
That's going to be a forearm, so she's going to take a seat there. And this is going to be a power jam in favor of Ann Arbor. Looking to put some more points on that spread. Let's skip up that inside line by Helen Killer. We'll put 5 more on the board.
And Helen Killer out there putting up 5 more.
The jam is on. Ann Arbor starting this power jam unopposed. The hammer out there looking for lead jammer, but Nicole Sonnenstall out of the penalty box and looking for it too. Both jammers working on that initial.
That's right, the hammer using her own tools to try and break through that Team United defense line. Just getting knocked out of bounds by their pivot out there. Being run back. Nicole herself struggling to get through the Ann Arbor blockers.
And almost through she is, but she runs into an Enigma at the front of the pack and is recycled all the way back. Enigma, for the record, has been sitting on a lot of penalties for quite a while. Brava to them. They've been keeping it clean.
So we are into this jam, almost a minute, under a minute left in the jam, and there are 2-minute jams. Finally, our lead jammer is the hammer.
After a minute 10, it took them to get that lead designation. And the hammer enters hard, falls off the jam from the floor. No, what? 2 points picked up. Jam is on number 27, Karma Letrak, jamming for Team United. Fatouche Bag for Ann Arbor, and Fatouche Bag is your lead jammer. Karma looking for the pass to the pivot has been completed. Their pivot now carried away is the jammer.
All right, Fatushbeg looking to try and call. All right, Fatushbeg running into some opposition by Team United. Looks like we've got Kill Billy out there, joined by Animal. She breaks her way through the pack. And now we are seeing a rather fast pace right now out there on the track.
And Arbor keeping up the speed, just trying to bleed off that time.
And the period has officially ended at this point. We'll see what happens with the end of that jam.
So that jam ends. We're going to wait for the final points to come in, but do believe that Ann Arbor is your winners. 171 Ann Arbor Derby Dimes Brawl Stars. And 126 Team United.